Good evening, Two Slips fans. I think that is the day that we've been waiting for all tour with the bat as an Australians. Well done to Usman Khawaja, making up the first ton by an Australian, and well deserved. He's been our best batsman. He's a century and 250s so far this tour. Absolutely phenomenal work from Aussie. Took him all day, but that was what was needed. And then, how good? I mean, we've said it so many times. How good is Cam Green? How good is this kid going to be? 49 not out at the end of the day, helping propel Australia to 4 for 255. Looks like there's going to be a lot of runs on this deck. India bowled pretty well to slow Australia down a bit, and they got a bit lucky with a couple of chop-ons involved in that, and I think there's a lot of runs in there. So Aussie's got to make this a big one. Hopefully Cam Green can shake that monkey off his back and notch up his first ton. You know he's desperate for it. So big day tomorrow, but an excellent day by all accounts if you're an Australian fan. So some negatives. Yeah, I think Smith having his time over again would probably look to be a little more assertive a bit earlier in his innings. I mean, he did all the hard work. He chewed up a lot of balls. He wore the Indians down, and then just didn't quite cash in because he got a bit unlucky chopping one on from Jadeja. I think he would have over again. He probably would have looked to just push a little more. I like what Hanscom did while he was batting up until he got out, and I think that ball is, that's the ball that's going to stop him from making an Ashes tour. It's just that he's had his documented issues facing good quality seam bowling by getting too deep in his crease, and it's reared its head again with this particular delivery. I mean, he was looking like being a guy that could be considered. I don't think he'd walk into the starting 11. I think you'll get Warner or another opener back at the top of the order, and then Head will go back down to another 5. But he was certainly looking like he was the goods. He'd be pressing for the next tour, maybe if not starting, he'd be thereabouts. But that ball right there will give all the Aussie selectors a bit of pause in regards to Hanscom's England credentials. So unlucky Pete, but that technique of his is, he's found a groove in Sheffield Shield cricket, and he's found a groove on slow spinning conditions, but again, he just keeps getting found out by those good quality quicks. So yeah, great day for the Aussies, 4 for 255, but this has got to be it's a big first hour. Like with most games here, India has shown that they've got the ability to fight back and really peg Australia back from when we're looking like we're going really well and get themselves back into the game. So Aussie and Cam need to really fire up tomorrow. There are no demons in this pitch right now. Looks like it's actually a pretty good test wicket. If you bowl well, there's enough in it for you. There was a bit of turn. Yadav and co were bending their backs and getting a little bit out of it. There was a little bit nipping around with a new ball. So in terms of a genuine cricket wicket, on day one in an Indian conditions, this wasn't too bad. Once you got yourself in, there were runs to be had, and it was hot. Looked hot, didn't it? I saw Indian fielders really wilting towards the end of that day. So it's really going to be important that we go big and maybe even look to bat once. But yeah, there's a lot of runs in this one. This is a pitch that we've been looking for all series. Aussies cashed in. Green looks fantastic. Go on with it. This could be time for Carey to get himself back into the series with the bat. Big day. Super happy. And the Indians are a champion team. This is their home conditions, and they've shown time and time again that when the chips are down, they've got in the tank to fight back. So we've just got to make sure that we do what a good Australian team in the past have done, and we don't let teams back into the game. So it's big, it's important. This has got huge ramifications for the World Test Championship. Sri Lanka are giving New Zealand just about everything they can handle at the moment, trying to keep their aspirations alive. If Australia win or draw this test and Sri Lanka manage to win 2-0 in New Zealand, they pip India and make the final against us at the Oval. So, yeah, I think we've got a lot of Sri Lankan fans in our pocket for the next week or so. But, yeah, great game so far. Cannot wait to see how days 2 and 3 and maybe even day 4 at this rate unfolds. So, until that, bye for now.